Welcome into the back nine here with Tap and Eagle, Nick Cousin, Fernando Palomares. We have an interesting Sunday here, Fernando, going. It looked like Wyndham Clark, who just all he had to do was hold on to the 6-shot lead. He had an historic 6-shot lead, just the third best score that anyone's ever had through 54 holes at the U.S. Open since World War II. And now we just have a 1-shot lead. Wyndham Clark +3 on the day, and meanwhile Burns was 7 shots back to start, and now he's just one off the lead. He birdied 4 of the first 8 holes.
Yeah, man, how things change so fast, and Sam Burns he's teeing off here on 14. It's a long par four, but he's going with the 3 wood. I think right now his strategy seems to be more conservative to maybe just play a little bit more safe. He knows that maybe he holds on 3 under could be good enough. Just like Scotty, he's right there, man. I think Scotty has a bigger advantage because he's playing with Wyndham in the final group, so he can apply more pressure. He's more experienced in these situations and obviously the best player in the world. But Wyndham has been playing great, just made an absolutely brilliant open down on the last hole, almost made it. Oh, that would have been a game changer, like a momentum changer, if Wyndham was able to hold that out. But still a nice save and still in the lead. And even if it's 6 shots or one shot, the fact that he's still the leader is very impressive.
He's been doing par saves this whole weekend. Yesterday, he only hit 50% of the greens, making a lot of long par saves out there. And today, it's a little less than that. So his ball striking hasn't been good, but what's helped him through this nice streak that he's had is the putter. So the putter's still helping him out, Fernando.
Yeah, he's made some incredible putts. And Scotty just hit a great shot on 10. He's going to have another birdie look. He's been hitting a lot of greens today. Maybe not the best score, but definitely he's way more relaxed than Wyndham, who has been missing more fairways and more greens today. Obviously, a lot of pressure on him. I mean, the fact that the other contenders are also American might not be the best for him because the crowd may go sideways on him. I think that they're not being like very respectful to him. Maybe they want some other player to win more, but that's the name of the game. You just gotta stay strong mentally.
It's a crowded leaderboard. We were talking on the day, like the battle for a second would have been interesting had Clark held on to this lead. So many good names there. Scottie Scheffler, Keith Cashmere Mitchell, we love him. Tom Kim as well, who, if you watched the last episode of Tap and Eagle, that was the dark horse that Brandon picked. Always picks well in the Northeast, and the Memorial champion JT Poston right there, T4. Tommy Fleetwood right there. That was one of our picks as well. But our picks are going well here. I picked Wyndham Clark. We both pick Scotty, both pick Fleetwood. They're all doing pretty well here.
Oh, what a shot by Clark on the 10th. He hits it to about 5 feet from 60 yards out. I mean, that shot was delicate, and these greens are soft, man. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it was what was it Thursday? We had the fog delay for 2 hours, and Clark is playing when the sun's going down. He's taking advantage of those softer conditions, and now the course is hardened up on the weekend. The USJ is like, yeah, we don't want anybody having 7 under out here, so let's make this harder. And now it's been harder over the weekend. What have you seen from the course conditions?
Yeah, the course looks really in great shape. The greens look firm, but not as firm as other years. I think Shinnecock has played tougher than on other years, but still, the Shinnecock and the fescue is big. But I heard somebody, I think it was Justin Rose, say that the fescue is not as hard this year, and you might actually be able to hit some shots. Maybe not great shots, but still a shot out of the fescue. And in other years, that was impossible.
Just had a birdie from Scotty at 10, so now he is back to under par, 1 under par, 3 shots back of Wyndham. Like we said, they're in the same group. He's eyeing him down, Fernando.
And Tom Kim with another birdie too. Uh, Fleetwood just made another bogey, man. That's a bit sad. Hopefully he can bounce back. Still not over for him, but man, these major championships.
Scottie wants that Grand Slam. He's going for it. He just needs the U.S. Open.
I mean, only two people ahead of him now, right now. Like we said, he started slow on Thursday, and just comes back so strong.
Can never count him out. Even if he's playing bad, he starts picking up at the end. He's played consistent throughout this whole tournament. Now we have Clark here for birdie to go back to a 2-shot lead over Burns. See if he makes it. There we go. So there we go. Wyndham Clark back with a 2-shot lead holes.
All right, man. And I have to let you go. I have to catch some 9 holes to practice for my tournament, but I'll be listening because I want to hear while I drive.
Look at that. We got somebody already listening in. There we go.
Let's go, Scotty. See you
There we
later.
go. There we go. Fernando joining us there. As always, we give our insights weekly here on the channel on our Tap and Eagle show. We all picked Scottie to win at the beginning of this week. We also had Tommy Fleetwood up there. I picked Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark, he's just been on a tear lately. He won the Byron Nelson. He was T3. Then the following tournament that he played at the Memorial and T11 last week, the RBC Canadian, he's been playing really, really well, but letting a lot of people back in here on Sunday. Stack leaderboard now. Everyone's back in competition. Everyone's back getting things going here. Clark with a 2-shot lead. He just made birdie on 10, but so did Scottie. So Scottie's back under par as well. 1 under, just 3 shots off the lead now. Scottie eyeing him down in that final leader group. Crazy. What's been going on? What's been happening? But Wyndham has just been wild off the tee. He's hitting less than 50% of the fairways today, and that was something he was doing all the first 2 rounds, hitting a lot of fairways. But yesterday was a lot of par saves in the fairways. But we got Scottie here on the par 3 11th, 153 out, pitching wedge. Oh, that's a nice shot too. A little past the hole, but rolling back. That looks like a nice birdie putt there for Scottie. And he get the 2 under with that birdie there. Gonna try to get some more people on the live here. Maybe we'll be able to. All right, now Wyndham's turn at 11 here. He's gone birdie par this week on this hole. Oh, it's the same spot as Scottie. Both have birdie putts going. Man, Ryder Cowan, well, he's had a crazy week. Low amateur. He's still in college at Oklahoma, just a junior. and he could be the low M out here at the U.S. Open. He was leading at one point in the first round on Thursday. That was the first time an amateur was leading a major in over 50 years. But those Oklahoma golfers, man, they play well in the wind. So that's why I'm not surprised that if it's an amateur from Oklahoma, Edmund Christian, same high school as Blake Griffin, the NBA star, now on Amazon Prime for NBA coverage. All right, so Poston posts an even par, so he's T6 after a 67 round. Nice round for JT there. Who didn't even get in. Like, he wasn't even in the field until he won at the Memorial. He would have had to play 36 holes on golf's longest day, but here he is, T6. And that should get him back next year as well. Oh, wow. Mitch almost had another birdie putt. It just stopped short on 13. So he'll stay at 1 under. Over to Tom Kim, who hasn't had a great year, but playing well here. Won a lot when he was younger. It's his birthday today, too. Him and Scottie Scheffler. Got some people tuning in, so appreciate you. Live shots by Nico. Shout out. First Father's Day for live shots by Nico today. So here's Scottie trying to get 3 back of the lead now with this birdie here. Par 3 11th. Just left of the hole. So now Wyndham will get his chance to go back to a 3-shot lead. Because Burns just short on his birdie putt at 14. That would have made it 1-shot lead again for Wyndham Clark. But Sam Burns, he's been up there. We saw him top 10 at the Masters. He was in that playoff at the Memorial with JT Poston. Him and Ryan Gerard too. That was an exciting tournament a couple weeks back. So Sam Burns is always right there. A lot of experience too in these situations. Was on a Ryder Cup team, President's Cup team. So don't bow him out. He might have not won the last couple of years, but he has the experience. Now, if you're joining here though, make sure you come in the comments. Let us know what's going on. Let us know who you think's going to win. If Wyndham Clark can hold this on, or if you're rooting for Scottie or Tom Kim, whoever. Let us know in the comments. Put it down there. It'll be on the screen. Here we go. Here's Wyndham's birdie on 11, birdie putt. He missed too, so we still have Wyndham Clark with a 2-shot lead through 11 holes. He's going for his second U.S. Open. Last time won in 2023, and then we know what happened with him last year at Oakmont. He got upset, trashed a locker, and he ended up getting banned from the course. And now he's been on his comeback tour this year with a win and 2 top 15 finishes the last 2 tournaments leading up to this one. So he's ready to get his redemption and get his comeback story going. So Scottie finishes up his par at 11 under on the birthday for Scottie. And again, I was like I said, my picks going into this week, I did pick Wyndham Clark because he was trending, and he's held on to this lead for almost 6 holes left. He just needs to hold on to this lead. So he's been in cruise control, had a 6-shot lead coming into the day. I would still go with, I still think Wyndham has a good chance. Sam Burns, he's hanging around. Scottie was the heavy favorite coming into the week, and he's right there. He didn't start out very good in the first round, but in the U.S. Open, when scores are so high, anybody's really in contention with how hard these courses are, especially Shinnecock. The last winner there was +1. Yeah, the problem with Burns, though, he only has 4 holes left. Wyndham has a two holes advantage on him. Love that Fernando's tuning in. He was here for the first couple minutes, but he has to go play his own golf tournament tomorrow. Want to get a practice round in, so we want to congratulate Fernando. Hopefully, he does well in his golf tournament, and hopefully, he tells us about it. On the next episode on Tuesday. But now we got Scottie teeing off at 12, 6 holes to go. This is where we all hope it happens, the drama that we hope for and we want. Oh, he's in the thick stuff off the fairway. That's going to be a tough second shot for Scottie. Yeah, look at that. Wyndham Clark's had the outright lead since Thursday at 6:09 p.m. So there we go. He's never bogeyed this week, the 12th hole. Oh man, he's in the thick stuff too. Also, Scottie and Wyndham both in the rough. Definitely tougher conditions over this weekend. The USGA loves to make it tough out here for the US Open. Sam Stevens, another name. He's never won a PGA Tour event, but here he is in contention. He grinded it out on the PGA Latin American Tour. He's made over $10.5 million on the PGA Tour. Never won, though, so he's lived a good life out there on the PGA Tour, but never won, and he's out there playing well. Like I mentioned with Ryder Cowan, the amateur from Oklahoma, Sam Stevens went to Oklahoma State, from the state of Oklahoma, and these Oklahoma golfers, man, they play in the wind, so they know how to play in the wind. It's an impressive showing from Sam Stevens. He's probably been the most surprising golfer for me this weekend. Matthew Fitzpatrick was another one of my picks, and he was up there on the leaderboard, but he's +3 today. Matthew Fitzpatrick struggling. Tommy Fleetwood was another one of the picks, and he Shot a 63 on the final day when it was here in 2018, but was enough to catch Brooks Koepka. So he always plays well on in these types of courses, but he's also over par for the day as well. We'll see what shots they have coming back here in a commercial break on the broadcast I'm watching here. So just trying to fill some time for you all. Looking at the leaderboard. There you go. Yeah, Joaquin Neiman was an interesting story too. He had a 2-stroke penalty, and he ended up getting a 7 on a hole, and then he finishes 7 shots back at the lead on Sunday here. What could have been if that penalty didn't happen for Terrell Hatton? We'll give some shout out to the live guys here. Terrell Hatton, T7. He was also played well at the Masters. He was a T10 finish at the Masters. Rock Chalk Gary Woodland is T7. John Perry, who was on the DP World Tour last year, first year on the PGA Tour at 38 years old. Justin Rose making a little bit of a push. T12. Aaron Rai finishes T12, the PGA champion. So a lot of big names out there. A lot of major champions out there on the leaderboard playing well, but everyone's still trying to chase down Wyndham Clark. Sam Burns is the closest right now, 2 shots back. Ludwig Elberg started 7 over for the day. He shot 66 to get to 3 over. He's at T17. He was one of the favorites also coming into the week. Colin Morikawa, didn't know what he was going to do because he's been injured a lot, but he's right there, T11 at +2. 2-time major champion, including the U.S. Open 2021. Okay, so now here we go. Here we go. Back on the broadcast. Scottie, 146 out. And that ball will roll up nicely on the green. It's not rolling off. It's sitting up. We know how these U.S. Open greens are. Balls don't stay. But it's staying for Scottie there. He'll have a birdie putt. Sam Burns in the middle of the fairway on 15, 118 out. Oh, but he's way on the back end of the green on 15. That's going to be tough. And he's not happy about that. So Alex Fitzpatrick, he finishes up his U.S. Open +5. He birdied 18. They just showed a long putt he made. He was playing with the amateur I mentioned from Oklahoma, Ryder Cowan. Okay, here's Wyndham's shot. 104 out. Oh, bounces right up next to the hole, but it's going to roll a little bit. Oh, he's right next to Scottie's ball. So they're both going to have lengthy birdie putts here. He had a good lie, though, in that rough. The long birdie putt for Burns. Nice putt, but stops just short of the hole. So Burns will likely par the 14th and stay 2 shots back of Wyndham Clark. So Cowan misses his birdie putt. He would have needed that to be the low amateur by himself, but now he'll share the low amateur title of the week. But great performance from Ryder Cowan, the junior from Oklahoma, who now maybe thinks about going professional now. I know he still has a year left. A lot of these college golfers, like you look at Jackson Coyven, who's also in the field. He's turning pro next week officially, but he could have turned pro last year, 2 years ago. But a lot of these college golfers like staying because you can make some good money now. So yeah, Ryder Cowan and Jackson Coyven, they tie for the low amateur. Both finished +5 for the tournament. And we'll see Jackson Coyven turning pro next week. He'll be in the field at the Travelers. Scottie's birdie putt just turned right at the hole, so he'll par another hole here. And Sam Burns misses his par putt. So now Wyndham Clark back to a 3-shot lead now. After Burns bogeys the 14th, he had a short putt and it went right over the hole. Pressure is on out there down the stretch. All right, here we got Clark's putt coming in. Clark misses his too, but he'll have a par putt, so he'll keep his 3-shot lead with now 6 holes to go. So after things got interesting, now Clark is even things out now. He's 1 under on through the first 3 holes of the back 9 after he struggled on the front with 3 bogeys. Tom Kim, birdie on 13 for a share of second with Sam Burns now. Just burnt the left edge of the cup. So Sam Burns will stay in second at 2 under. Tom Kim will stay T3 along with Scheffler and Keith Mitchell at 1 under. All right, we got tee shots on 13 here. Scottie's up first. He hasn't birdied this hole at all this week. 2 bogeys the first 2 round, a par yesterday in the 3rd round. All right, there we go. It's in the air now. Oh, that's a beauty. Right down the middle. He only has six holes left, 4 shots back. Scotty's got to put the pedal to the metal here if he wants a chance at that Grand Slam. All right, Wyndham's going with the iron off the tee. Scottie hit wood. And unlike Scottie, Wyndham's done well in this hole. In this tournament, par, birdie, par. And he went right down the middle with it too. All right. These boys are locked in now down the stretch. All right, Burns running out of this. Burns has to pretty much get 3 birdies now to tie Clark, and then Clark has to let him back in it with some bogeys. But yeah, it's looking more like a wire-to-wire win here for Wyndham Clark. He kind of let guys back in on the front 9, but now he's kind of found that groove again, and he's doing a lot of par saves through the early stages here of the back 9, which is what he was doing all day yesterday. Which is in the U.S. Open, that's more impressive than anything else because it'll be hard. It's hard to find birdies out there, but he pretty much took advantage of some easier conditions on the first day when play was delayed by 2 hours and things softened up late in the evening, and they were playing until until sunset on that last day, and that's when he was really getting into groove. He had 2 eagles on that Thursday, a bunch of birdies, and now he's just been playing par golf, which is what you need to do to win a U.S. Open, especially when you have a 6-shot lead like he did now. And now it's back to 3. It was 1 at one point. Sam Burns had it almost within 1 shot. Let's check some more of this leaderboard. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, watching the U.S. Open here. Really cool story, too. Miles Russell, 17 years old, qualified for the U.S. Open. He qualified on those 36 longest day of golf, 36 holes. Had Charlie Woods, Tiger Woods, son on the bag. And for the final hole of his round today, on Father's Day, he had his dad take his bag and walk them up the 18th. That quite the moment there. Miles Russell going to Florida State, along with Charlie Woods. So future of golf right there. We're seeing it already. Back to coverage here. Wyndham Clark. 121 to the hole. On the 13th. Chipping wedge, but he had it to the back of the hole and it's still rolling. Will it stay? No, it's going to fall off the back of the green. And it's still rolling as he's walking up to it. Oh, man. Okay, stop now, but it's it's way off the green. Way off the green. US Open carnage hitting right here. All right, so Scottie sees the opening. Can he take advantage now? He has to make his run. He has to start making his roll. 109 to the pin. So a little shorter than what Wyndham had. No, this looks good. Oh, he has it rolling towards the hole. Unlike Wyndham. Oh, that's going to be a nice little birdie putt for Scottie. He used like the top of the hill on the right side of the green and had it roll left towards the hole. That was nice. So that would get him within the 3 shots, and they still have 5 holes left after this. So Scottie needs to make a move now if he's going to make any type of noise here down the stretch. All right, Sam Burns. 3 holes to go, 3 back. What's he going to do here? Par 5, 16th. One of only 2 par 5s there. And he's just going to lay up. He's not going to go for it. Tommy Fleetwood just birdied 16, so he's back to +1. He's still in the top 10. He finished runner-up here last time it was at Shinnecock Hills back in 2018. One of the favorites coming in this week. So holes 16 through 18 this week. 1 eagle for Wyndham. 3 birdies, a par, and a bogey. So this is where he can win it right here. These last 6 holes. Oh, that's a nice one. Pitched it right up next to the hole, so he should have a good par putt there to keep his 3-shot lead. Tom Kim now on 14. He's still battling as well. He's 4 shots back. He has an eagle putt right here. It's pretty lengthy, but all right, Scottie's turn. He can get within 3 here. This putt though, it's a little tough though. It's a little left to right action. All right, here we go. He's lining it up. Oh, there it is. Oh, I thought he had it turn right at the hole. That's two holes in a row now where his putts just turned on him right at the hole. That's tough. Man, that's tough. Oh, that was looking good all the way. and just snuck out to the right right at the hole. Tough, tough. All right, now we're back to Burns on 16, 130 out. And that's a great shot as well. He'll have a birdie putt there. Try to get back within 2 of Wyndham with 2 holes to play for Burns. All right, here we go. Here's Wyndham's par save. About the same length as Scottie's putt. Oh, and he just missed his at the hole too, just like Scottie's. It moved to the left this time. So Clark will drop a shot, and now Burns will be 2 back again. And all these sloping greens really coming into effect here. Right at the holes, just changing things up. And so now Clark's back down to 4, where he was when he made the turn. 5 to go. At 4 under, Burns 2 back with 3 holes to play. But Burns has a birdie putt, so he could get within 1 now. Tom Kim for birdie on 14. This would get him into a tie for second with Burns. Oh, it's thrown up towards the hole. And it won't go in. So tie for third with Scottie and Keith Mitchell. This is really the spot where Wyndham has to lock in 3 over for the day. First time that he's had to run under par this whole week. He's been locked in. Coming into the day with a 6-shot lead. That was the third largest 54-hole lead since World War II in the U.S. Open history. It's crazy. Almost 100 years to think about. And with a lead that big, 20 of 21 golfers, too, historically, have been going on to win. But Wyndham was making it interesting. That one golfer that didn't was the 1996 Masters, Greg Norman. Nick Faldo caught up to him and beat him. And Nick Faldo was world number 1 at the time, and Scottie is world number 1 now. Scottie's running out of time. But Sam Burns still has a chance. Two back. Scottie, if he can get it going here down the stretch, he's only 3 shots back. So it's not over yet. It's not over. Fourteenth hole, Scottie. Birdie par, birdie. So another chance for Scottie to get closer here. He's got his tee shot. And he's in the fairway. Get a nice little roll as well. Keith Mitchell, birdie, parring 15. He stays at 1 under. Now Wyndham on the tee at 14. Par, birdie for him the last 3 rounds here. He is also in the fairway. He bombed that, and it's still rolling. Well, yeah, he crushed that. He crushed that. After that's a good bounce back shot after the bogey on the last on 12. All right, here we go. Burns for a birdie. Oh, he got it. Wow. Impressive putt there for Burns. So now he's back to one shot. One shot back. Two to play. He's really putting the pressure on now. Wow, he's fired up about that. I'd be fired up about that too. Wow. that putt was crazy long. And Burns has the experience. Been on Ryder Cup teams, contention in majors before. He's one of the better putters out there, one of the better short game players out there as well. And so all the pressure's back on Wyndham now. One shot lead. Wyndham's got the hat off too. Wonder if that he's got mind games going in his head. All right, here we go. Par 3 17th for Sam Burns. Another chance for birdie here. Birdie would tie the lead with Wyndham Clark. Back center of the green, hole placement. 175. He hasn't birdied this whole week, so but that would definitely put some momentum going his way if he was able to birdie this. Oh, what a shot. Oh, wow. He's right there, like less than a couple feet away. Wow. There we go. We're just talking about how he hadn't birdied it. Well, now he's got his chance now. Right when it matters too. About to tie for the lead makes that. Wow. Shot of the tournament for him right there. If he goes on to win this thing. That's the one that we'll be looking back on if Sam Burns wins this US Open. That shot right there on 17, the par 3. Best run on the course going, 3 under. And to think he was 7 shots back to start the day, and now he's about to tie for the lead. Keith Mitchell's was not that great. His ball rolls off the green. So that might do it for Mitchell as far as trying to contend here down the stretch because he's at 1 under. He needed a birdie too to stay in it. All right, here we go. Scottie, 197 out on 14. Little 8 iron. That one's right on line. Gets a nice little kick bounce, but it's not going to get that close to the hole of a long birdie putt. He'll need that one, though. Still 3 shots back. All right, let's see what Clark can do. It was at one shot, two early in the front nine, but now we're getting down the stretch here. This is every shot's important now. If it wasn't important earlier, he had a great tee shot. Though he bombed this right in the middle of the fairway. I mean, he's only got 150 to the hole, and it was 524, so he crushed that tee shot. Uh, so his hit the green, but it rolled back. So he has a long putt just like Scottie. It's not going to be easy. So it's looking like Burns. He might be tying the lead right here. Crazy. Who saw this coming into the day? 6-shot lead, gone just like that. Let's see who else is finishing up. Fleetwood has 2 holes to go. He's +1. Xander Schauffele, T12 +2. Players too coming into the week. He had played 9 U.S. Opens, never finished worse than a tie for 15. So he's looking like he'll keep that streak going, make it 10, finishing in the top 15. Ben Griffin +3, Akshay Bhatia +3, Morikawa +3. Fitzpatrick, tough day out there. He was in contention, but he's four over for the day. T22. And then you have impressive performances from Ryder Cohen and Jackson Quaven, both amateurs, although Quaven turns pro next week. They both tie for the low am at +5. Quaven shot 68 today. Impressive finish for him. Cowan led at one point in the first round. That's crazy. That hadn't happened in 50 years at the U.S. Open. That's had a really, really tough day. Sung J M +5, Michael Kim +5 on the day. Ryo Hisatsune +5 on the day. Oh, worst run of the day. This is tough right here. William Mao +10, 80, +14 to finish. Andrew Putnam +8, 78, +14. Tough days out there for them. Jordan Spieth finishes T56 +10. Last week's winner at RBC Canadian, Bud Cully +10. All right, here we go. Back to the action. Wyndham Clark needs this for a 2-shot lead, or Burns could tie him because Burns has a real short putt on the par 3 17th for birdie. Oh man, that was right there too. It stopped just right of the hole. So now that's a par for Clark, and this opens it up for Sam Burns with a birdie at 17. I mean, this just rolled off the left of the hole. Just rolled off the left edge. All right, here we go. Sam Burns to tie the lead after being 7 shots back to start the day. crazy stuff from Sam Burns out here. Oh, wow, that was a bad putt. Oh, man, I wasn't even close to the hole. Pressure was on there. So Wyndham Clark hanging on by the edge of his teeth right now. One shot lead. Burns needed that, though. He only has one hole left to try to tie the lead now. Here we go. Scheffler with his long birdie putt. He's playing with Wyndham Clark. Oh, there it is. Oh, it rolled over the hole and just passed. And that's 3 tough breaks for Scottie the last 3 holes. He had birdie putts that were right on line, and they just didn't go. Tom Kim still in the discussion here. Long birdie putt to try to get the 2 under. That's going to miss right too. That was a bad putt. So Tom Kim ran out of chances as well. Either Scottie's going to have to start making some birdies, or Burns will have to post that 400 number, and then Clark's going to have to keep doing what he's doing. But it's definitely got interesting quick. All right, Scheffler for par. That was not a good break when it rolled off the hole either. Oh, he missed the par putt too. That's a bogey for Scottie, man. Oh. Now he's back to even. He's running out of time now. 4 shots down with 4 holes to play, man. Tough out here for Scottie. Not a good 30th birthday for Scottie right now. So we have to have Burns put the pressure on to tie the lead on 18. And then Wyndham has 4 holes left with a 1-shot lead. So Wyndham has the advantage with holes, but he has struggled to hit fairways today. All right, here we go. We got Burns getting ready on 18. And if you remember last year at the U.S. Open, he had the solo 54-hole lead just like Wyndham Clark, and lost it after that crazy penalty. They just showed that on the broadcast. I forgot all about that last year. But then J.J. Spawn took advantage when he had that long crazy putt last year. Well, that was a moment. But J.J. Spawn unfortunately missed the cut this week. Didn't have a good week. Par bogey par this week. So he needs a birdie, and he hasn't birdied this hole. So it's this tough out here. Oh, great tee shot. Right center of the fairway. Oh, but it just rolled off into the fringe. Wyndham on 15 this week. Par bogey. Nice tee shot right down the middle. He wasn't hitting driver on that. But he got a nice little roll off a hill. That's 2 good drives in a row after he really hasn't been in fairways. Scottie's been doing well on 15. Birdie his last 2 rounds there. And he really needs to make a move here at even with 4 to go, 4 back. He'll have to finish. He'll have to close with 4 birdies here. Tough test, but that's another good tee shot as well. Use that same hill as Wyndham to get a nice little bounce to roll it. Now Tom Kim birdie on 15. So he's 3 back with 3 to go as well. He's still in the discussion. Yeah. 16th hole, Tom Kim double bogey birdie this week. That's just the U.S. Open for you right there. U.S. Open course. And he's in the fairway on 16, so Tom Kim's still in the conversation here. Can't take him out just yet either. He always plays well in the Northeast. All right, Xander Schauffele finishing +2. That puts him inside the top 15. I was talking about that streak he has earlier. He's never finished worse than a T15 in now 10 U.S. Opens. Mr. Consistent out here. That was a good bet. If you were going to bet on somebody earlier this week to finish top 10, top 15, that was a good bet. So it's looking like it's going to be one of 3 names. Either Wyndham, Clark, Sam Burns, or Tom Kim. Right now, Clark with the holes advantage over the other 2, as Burns is on 18. And 18 is playing the third toughest this week, so it's going to be tough for Sam to tie Wyndham here. Just waiting for Wyndham here to hit his shot. No, perfect time to go to an ad. Always perfect time. And sometimes these playthroughs. I wish NBC didn't do these playthroughs. Just want to see the action. All right, here we go with Clark. Over 200 yards out, and just oh wow, what a shot! Wow, what a shot by Burns there. 100 yards out for Scottie on the 15th. Oh, bad bounce off the green. Scottie needs some breaks on these putts. That's what he needs. It's not that he's putting bad. It's just these these greens, man. These slopey greens, not helping him out. Came on 16, 345 out, going for the green. An eagle would tie him for a second right now with Burns. Tom Kim only one top 10, but he's found something this weekend, even if he doesn't win. Oh, he's a little short of the green. So no eagle opportunity for Tom Kim there. Oh, Burns walking up to 18 with a birdie to tie the lead. He would tie the largest final round comeback. The last one was Arnold Palmer in 1960. Of course, that was the conversation going into this week or going into today when Clark had his 6-shot lead. They were saying the last big comeback was that one in 1960 that Arnold Palmer had. So Sam Burns could be Arnold Palmer in this situation. But Clark has 4 holes left. Burns on 18. 19 feet for Wyndham. Not easy. This green not very slopey. He might not have a hard time struggling with this one. Because the last couple holes, man, those golf balls were just moving right at the hole. They looked right on line. Forget that. All right, here we go. 19 feet for Clark for birdie. Needs this. And this could secure it. This could be, because they'll have a 1-shot lead. Burns, birdie's 18. Ah, no, he left it short. Oh man. This is still open. This is still open for Burns right here. Wow, he left that way short, Wyndham Clark. Wow. Still has 3 holes to play, but Wow. All right. This is what we wanted to see, the drama in the last final holes for the U.S. Open. We didn't know if we would get it with Wyndham Clark having a 6-shot lead coming into the day, but here we are. Sam Burns to tie Wyndham Clark at 4 under. Put some pressure on Clark here the last 3 holes. Look at that. Keith Mitchell, though, only player to shoot even par in all 4 rounds this week. And he gets a top 4 finish for that. (16.5 feet) for birdie and the co-lead right here for 18 for Burns. Oh, man. That one rolled just right at the hole, and he's on his knees. He knew exactly what that putt would do in his mind. Oh, man. Tough break. Tough break. Oh, man. Man, I feel for him. A great round for Sam Burns. 67. Going to be 1 short of Wyndham. But, hey, Wyndham could still bogey one of these last 3 holes down the stretch. So all the pressure now on Wyndham. But what a great chase by Sam Burns to at least get the pressure on him. Everybody thought going into the day maybe it would be Scottie being in the same group as Wyndham, but it was Sam Burns, who's done everything well but win this year. He plays so well in the majors, played so well on a lot of these PGA Tour events this year. A lot of top 10s. And Scheffler misses a birdie putt on 15. So he'll still be at even. Here we go, 16. This is where Wyndham Eagle, that amazing shot that we saw highlights of on so many different platforms yesterday. That approach shot into 16. That was just beautiful. Oh, wow. This tee shot, I don't even know. Wow, where did that even go? It's like it's in thick rough. Oh, man. Wow. And that was after he hit fairways in the last 2 holes, too. Wow, tough for Wyndham. Oh, wow. Tom Kim dialing it in there for – he has an eagle putt. Oh, it's no, birdie putt. All right, here we go. Scheffler also did well on this hole yesterday, birdieing. 3 holes to play. He still needs 3 birdies though to be right where Burns is, but Wyndham just does need a bogey. If Wyndham doesn't bogey, he'll win his second U.S. Open. Sounds simple, but I'm not the one golfing out there. Wow, this has been fun. Oh, the hat is off for Wyndham again. Okay, yeah, it looks like they found his ball, so at least there's that with Wyndham's tee shot. Let's see if this lie. Is this lie all right? Yeah, it looks okay. But again, still going to be tough to get it out of there. We know how these U.S. Open roughs are. All right, here we go. Tom Kim for birdie to get within two with 2 to play. Tom Kim still in the discussion. Oh, that's in. Tom Kim. 2 shots back with 2 to play. 3 birdies on the back 9. He's grooving right now. 24 years old. Happy birthday, Tom Kim. Same as Scottie Scheffler, and they're both friends. How about that? Much better birthday, though, for Tom Kim so far than Scottie Scheffler. He was one of those guys who had to qualify through the longest day of golf, too. Won a bunch early in his career, but not having a good season this year, but finding something right now. That putter is heating up. Driver off the deck for Scotty, 337 on the. Oh, wow, that's way right. Where is that even going? Wow. Oh, wow, it's in this by the spectators. Wow, there's a whole bunch of rough in between there, too. Well, that probably puts Scotty out of it, unfortunately. All right, here we go. Wyndham in the thick rough, 319 out. Crazy. All right, here we go with Wyndham. Oh, it came out nice. That came out really nice. Oh wow, okay, now he's in the fairway. All right, Wyndham Clark, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Tom Kim's approach in the bunker, in the greenside bunker. That's not a good shot after what he just did the last hole. And the wind's still tough out there. And Wyndham Clark, the escape artist. One shot lead. He's saving all these bad shots off the tee in these last two rounds. All right, here we go. Wyndham's shot into 16 after he nicely got out of the high rough there off his tee shot. Debating between two different clubs. He knows the pressure is on. Sam Burns getting ready, heading to the driving range to take a few shots in case this happens to be a playoff. But Wyndham just needs pars coming in here the last three holes. Around 144 out. Oh, wow. That almost went off the green, but now it's rolling back. Okay, that's a good shot. Oh, it just hung on the green. He'll be able. He should be able to. I say should be able to get that there in two putts for a par. All right, back to Tom Kim, who's still making some noise out there. Greenside bunker. Oh, that's a nice shot. Thank you to everybody tuning in across Twitter or X, Facebook, YouTube Live. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you go to the Cousins Conversations YouTube page and subscribe. We have live content on the golf every week on the Cousins Conversation YouTube channel. My co-host Fernando Palomares, who was on for the first 20 minutes or so of this live stream before he had to go prep for a pro tournament in Mexico. He's on every Tuesday with me. Sometimes we have some other special guests on. But if you're out here watching on Twitter or Facebook, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me on YouTube. Don't want to miss out on all the content that we have here on the channel with golf. Have some cool things going. Also, if you're new on YouTube, also hit that subscribe button as well. We love all the new subscribers on the channel. And just in the last 2 weeks alone, we've had 17 new subscribers. So get in early on this action here on the Cousins Conversations YouTube channel. Also have a weekly interview podcast where I bring on people to talk about current events and sports, teach people more about positions maybe they don't know about in the sports world. This week we'll have Sarah Holland on. She works in Raleigh, North Carolina. She covered the Carolina Hurricanes Stanley Cup run. She'll fill us in on everything that happened throughout that run, some of the big stories. The parade there was yesterday. It was tarps off for the boys. Rob Brindamore was taking his shirt off at the parade. Crazy times out here in the sports world. We have the U.S. Open on. Sneaky good time in the sports world. All right, here we go. Scottie for birdie on 16. That will have been another putt that just rolls right at the hole. And if it didn't take Scottie out before, it definitely takes him out now. He's 4 shots back with 2 holes to go. So Scottie will come just short. Looking like a top 5 finish, though. That's what he's done all season. Think about all the runner-up finishes he's had this year. The Masters, the RBC Heritage when he lost in the playoff to Matthew Fitzpatrick. Everyone's like, what's wrong with Scottie? Because he hasn't won since the Amex, but he's just been knocking on that door all year. But he finally played consistent this week. We saw it a lot. The Grand Slam he'll have to wait till next year, Scottie Scheffler, when they go to Pebble Beach. There was also an interesting stat too. Justin Ray always finds some crazy stats. We'll say it after this birdie putt here for Wyndham. Oh, it's going. Oh, it's in. Look at that. The Wyndham with the big birdie putt on 16. 2-shot lead with 2 to go. He needed that. Sam Burns put the pressure on. And now 2-shot lead with 2 to go. There's the putt that we'll all look at. Wow. Big fist pump too. All right, that's the putt. That's the highlight of his win right there. That was not an easy putt. All right, back to that crazy stat I was telling you about. So when Wyndham won in 2023, it was at LA Country Club. Now he's winning. Now he's about to win at Shinnecock. He'll be just the 3rd bi-coastal winner of the U.S. Open. Since he won in LA, now he's going to win in New York. Joining Tiger Woods and Billy Casper. A lot of different stats out here. I like finding stats like that. That was a cool one, though. You don't really think about that. The U.S. Open moving around. It's going back out to Cali next year, Pebble Beach. That'll be iconic. Last time it was there, my guy, KU Jayhawk, Gary Woodland won. That was a big putt from Wyndham Clark, though. Now he's back to a 2-shot lead, and that could do it. That could do it. Big time. Big time. Big time putt. Again, this is the comeback story that's on for Wyndham. A lot of bad reputation built up in the last year from him since the last U.S. Open, when he got so frustrated with his missing of the cut at Oakmont that he destroyed a locker and wasn't asked back, was asked to apologize to the club, and didn't have a good start to the year. And then after that win at the Byron Nelson, T3 finished, T11 finished the last two events he played before this, and he has just been in control. Hasn't lost the lead at all this whole weekend out there at Shinnecock. Par 3, 17th for him. He's had par the last 3 rounds there now. Tee shot in the air. It's on the green, but on the front part of the green, so just needs 2 putts there for another par. But that was a big, big birdie putt the last time. Big birdie putt. Yeah, Wyndham built this big lead that he had going in really on Thursday when there was a 2-hour fog delay, and he's playing with Dustin Johnson and Gary Woodland like at sunset, literally. But he's just dialing it in. He had a bunch of birdies and an eagle all on Thursday, and then he's been in control and been in red figures since. Today was his only round over par this whole week. Scottie with a much better tee shot, still far from the green, or still far from the hole. But he's on as well. They're both on the green. Yeah, that after hitting it in the rough off the tee, that putt on 16, man, wow. That is what we're going to be looking back at here with Wyndham going on to win. Where he was to where he ended on 16 in the final round. But we got exactly what we wanted on this last day. Everyone was saying, okay, well, 6-shot lead for Wyndham Clark, he's just going to cruise. But he welcomed the field back in it. And then he looks like he just put the hammer down here on 16. Sam Burns got let back in. Tom Kim was there for a bit. Scottie Scheffler was there. But that birdie on 16 for that 2-shot lead, that might be the cushion that he needs, Wyndham Clark, to get his second U.S. Open in 4 years. Yeah, so Tom Kim ends up bogeying 16. He was knocking on the door. Sam Burns was the only one close. He's 2 shots back now, but Sam Burns is done. Tom Kim's on 18. So Wyndham with just 2 pars and even another bogey. And this is Wyndham Clark's U.S. Open right here. $68 for another birdie here for Clark. He already made a long one on the last hole. Don't count him out for this one. Oh, wow, that's looking there. That's looking there. Oh, that's a great putt. That's a great putt. And so it'll be from 68 feet to about 8 feet. There you go, Tom Kim with his approach into 18. Solo third right now. He was knocking on the door to the last hole when he bogeyed. If he holds this, he ties Burns for second. 194 out. Great tee shot. 490 hole. Wow, great shot. Rolled it off the back of the green right to a couple of feet. So he'll have that for birdie, and Tom Kim will finish solo third. Really great performance from Tom Kim this weekend. All right, here we go. Wyndham cleaning up for par on 17 to keep that 2-shot lead with 1 hole to play. I had to step back. Okay, pressure's on. He's stepping back. It looks pretty straight, but you never know. It's the slopey greens out here. Oh, he missed it. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, well, now pressure's back on Wyndham now. Wow. So he's wow. Wow. So he's about to bogey 17, and then now Sam Burns is back in this thing. Sam Burns is back in this thing. After the big shot, the big birdie on 16, the next hole a bogey, and now we're back to some more drama here. Wow. Uh, Scotty par, so he stays at even. T4. It all comes down to Wyndham Clark on 18. Par, and it's the win. Bogey, and Sam Burns, playoff. All right, here we go. Wyndham Clark to 18. One shot lead. Wow. Par to win for Clark on 18, but 18's the third hardest hole this week, so no guarantees. Burns made it look easy, though, with his birdie. That was his first birdie there all week. So can Wyndham Clark do the same? Just need par. Again, thank you all for tuning in to this back nine watch party for the U.S. Open on the Cousins Conversations YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook and Twitter. If you're new on YouTube watching this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, go over to the Cousins Conversations YouTube page and do the same. We have weekly content, weekly podcast Tap and Eagle on the channel here for you every week, talking about all the big storylines in golf. We did this last time for the Masters. We'll do it again for the Open Championship next month. It's been fun to be here with you all as we go through the action. We have tee shots coming up here on 18. Scottie Scheffler is going first. Scottie, the big favorite coming into the week to go for that Grand Slam, but he's going to fall 4 shots short. It's looking like the greens, I should say, just disappointed him today because he had great putts. They were just rolling right at the hole and missing. So Scottie's tee shot rolls just off the fairway a bit. Now here we go with Wyndham. Biggest hole of the tournament right here. Par to win, bogey, and it's a playoff with Sam Burns. Birdie, bogey for Clark on this hole this week. Can't afford a bogey again. I say he's just off the fairway as well. In the rough, but not the thick stuff. Sam Burns been warming up a little bit because now it's a possibility he still has a chance at this now. All the pressure on Wyndham to not bogey the 18th. Not a bad tee shot for Wyndham, but he's not in the fairway. Almost 2 hours in here on the Back Nine Watch Party. We appreciate you all for tuning in. We also wish Fernando the best. He's playing in a qualifying tournament tomorrow in Mexico. so he couldn't be on here with us the whole time. That's okay though. He needs to do his prep and play his practice holes tonight. There we go. Tom Kim finishing up T3 with a par on 18. So he will be back next year finishing in that top 10. Great performance by Tom Kim. Thigala just finished up as well. He finishes just outside the top 10. T11, 2 over par. I'm sure Sahith will have a fun time with his dad, who's a big supporter of him. Fun relationship between those two. His dad goes to all the tournaments. They have a lot of fun. And the birthday for Tom Kim too, 24, and his birthday present from the USGA. Hey, you're welcome back next year. Don't have to go through the longest day of golf and play 36 holes to try to qualify next year. So we'll see Tom Kim at Pebble Beach next year. All right, Wyndham deciding between two clubs here out of the rough. Two different irons. All right, here we go. All right, stepping up, Wyndham Clark. Decides to go with the 9 iron. .192 to the hole from here. He didn't like it, but he's on the green. Just a long way to go. So he'll need 2 putts there for the U.S. Open title. He did not like it, but it's just because he's way short of the hole. But he is on the green, but just on the very outside front part of it. So he just he needs 2 putts to win the U.S. Open. Would have liked to get that one closer, but could be a lot worse. Second U.S. Open could be in 4 years. All right, Scottie now with his shot in, 176 out. And he had a much better line, but it takes a bad bounce, and he's in the back fringe. So here we go. Wyndham Clark walking up to the green on 18, needing 2 putts for a second U.S. Open. We're getting close to the end here, but we appreciate you all. I should appreciate you all for tuning in to this back nine watch party here on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. If you're new to the channel you've been watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and Twitter, come over to the Cousins Conversations YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. Weekly golf content for you, for big storylines in golf. Tap and Eagle podcast every week. We'll do this watch party again for the Open in a couple weeks. Royal Birkdale, where Jordan Spieth won the last time it was played there. But Wyndham Clark looking for his second U.S. Open here with 2 putts for the win. Would be his second U.S. Open in 4 years. The third bi-coastal winner of a U.S. Open, joining Tiger and Billy Casper. Sam Burns making a good run at him here with 7 shots back coming into the day. We saw that happen in 1960 for Arnold Palmer to come back and win. Still a possibility here with Wyndham Clark to bogey to force a playoff, but 2 putts from where Clark's at looks makeable. The top 10 is decided, though. Joaquin Neiman, T7 after one of the low rounds of the day, 4 under. Gary Woodland, T7, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, Terrell Hatton, 3 under on the day. He's T7. Sam Stevens, never won a PGA Tour event, but here he is, T7 at the U.S. Open, one of those Oklahoma golfers who plays well in the wind. JT Poston, the Memorial champion, T4. He didn't have to qualify by winning the Memorial. He was going to play the 36 holes for the golf longest day. But here he is. He's back next year. He doesn't have to do that again. Keith Mitchell, T4. Tom Kim, 3rd. So the top 10 is rounding out. Just need to see what Wyndham Clark will do. $52 for birdie. Here we go. Wyndham Clark. 52 feet for birdie. Just needs 2 putts to win the U.S. Open. There it goes. On a good line. Oh, it's going. Oh, there we go. He's just 2 inches to the hole. What a putt. And now he'll just have a little tap in for the win. That was clutch right there. What a great putt. And he wasn't even happy about that approach. But he'll just have a little tap in for par and the U.S. Open win. Just has to let Scottie go first. Would be a great comeback story for Clark. I've talked about it on this live stream, but last year at Oakmont, he damaged a locker because he missed the cut and he got really frustrated, and then they didn't welcome him back. They had to ask him for an apology, and ever since he's been on the comeback trail. He had a bad start with Nelson, then was T3 at the Memorial, T3 at the Canadian Open. Now here he is, going for a second U.S. Open title in 4 years. Former Oklahoma State and Oregon golfer, transferred to Oregon after his junior year, after his mother tragically passed away. And now just tapping it in for the U.S. Open. Wyndham Clark getting it done. Wire to wire. 6-shot lead heading into the final round. Wins it by 1, outlasting Sam Burns. Wow, Wyndham Clark getting it done. Stays one of the hottest golfers on the PGA Tour right now. Second win of the year. Second major. Wyndham Clark. The comeback continues. There's his influencer girlfriend, Emily Tanner. I know a lot of people love her out there. That was a big time reveal at the Masters Par 3 contest. Here's the rest of his family. Some nice embraces as Wyndham Clark gets it done. Right at the near 2-hour mark of this live stream. We appreciate you all for tuning in here on the Cousins Conversations YouTube channel for the back nine of this U.S. Open. Wyndham Clark holding it down to win by 1 shot over Sam Burns. That's now 2 top 5 finishes for Sam Burns in a major this year. We saw him make a run at Rory in the Masters. Now the big hug from his dad, Wyndham Clark. Three over for the final round, but Wyndham Clark gets it done. That's why having a 6-shot lead is nice coming into the day. I would not count Wyndham Clark out of anything now. He is the most trending golfer right now on the PGA Tour. I've been picking him every week since he won the Byron Nelson on Tap and Eagle, which is what we also do on Tap and Eagle. I mean, we make our picks at the end of the week, and it was a good week for us too because I picked Wyndham. I also picked Scottie and Tommy Fleetwood, who just finished outside the top 10. Matt Fitzpatrick, who was in the top 15. Terrell Hatton, who was T7. That was a pick by Fernando. So a good week for picks for us and for betting as well. If you betting for golf in that top 10, you had a good week if you listened to our show last week and made your bets. But Wyndham Clark getting it done. 2 hours strong here on the live stream. Back nine watch party for the U.S. Open. We'll do it again for the Open. Had over 350 viewers across YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We all appreciate you watching, joining in on the fun. And again, before we leave, just have to throw it back out there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. If you've been watching and tuning in and enjoyed this party, it was fun. Same thing on Twitter and Facebook. Go on over to the Cousins Conversations YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button. we'll be talking more about Wyndham Clark's U.S. Open win on Tuesday, right here on the channel. Tapping Eagle. The next episode will also preview the next signature event on the schedule, the Travelers out in the Northeast. Another great tournament on the PGA Tour. And I might just keep picking Wyndham Clark. But you have to find out and see on Tuesday. I'll post in the community tab the exact time that we'll go live on Tuesday. That'll be right here live on the Cousins Conversations YouTube channel. And again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I was running it solo here for about an hour and a half, but it's all good. We got through it. And Wyndham Clark holds on to win the U.S. Open. We'll see you right back here on the channel on Tuesday. Peace out, everybody. Have a great rest of your Father's Day. I'm about to go get dinner with my dad as well.